Okay, so thank you for joining for a 90-minute yoga class this Saturday morning. I'm so excited to be here with each of you. We're going to do a couple of rounds of sun salutations to warm up the body, and then we'll hop into 26 and 2 style yoga. 26 and 2 style yoga is originally done in 90 minutes, so this longer class leaves us plenty of time to feel the postures and also get in and out of them safely with lots of time for corrections or techniques, stuff like that. So we will start with 5 rounds of sun salutations. The first 2 are what are called half suns. So they're going to be half sun salutes. The next 3 will be full salutes. If the half sun speaks to you, feel free to continue to do that rather than the whole shebang. So for the sun salutes, come towards the top of your mat with your feet close together. I'm going to stand back and show you in periphery. Take a moment just to stand up tall in the middle of your space, just starting to arrive in the, the physical space that you're in the here and now. Take a slow inhale and a slow exhale. Okay, so 2 rounds of half sun salutes and then 3 rounds of full sun salutes. As you inhale, circle your arms overhead, looking up as if you're saluting the sun. Exhale, bend your knees, circle your arms down, fold forward, hands to floor, drop your head. Inhale into a halfway lift. You can have your hands on your thighs, your shins, or the floor in front of you, back flat, weight in your toes. Exhale, bend your knees and fold again. Relax your head. Inhale, root to rise, circle your arms, come on up, looking up overhead. Exhale, hands down. So that's a half salute. One more. Inhale, circle your arms up, looking up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold forward, drop your head. Inhale into a halfway lift, stomach in, back flat, weight in the toes. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, circle the arms, lift up, arms up, looking up overhead. Exhale, hands down at heart center. You can continue like that or do 3 rounds of full sun salutes. Inhale, lift your arms up, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, this time bend your knees, hands to floor, step back into a high plank or tabletop. From here, hug your elbows in and lower down halfway. Inhale, come up into a back bend. You can do baby cobra with elbows bent and thighs on the floor, or up dog with arms straight and thighs off the floor. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up, down dog. Bend one knee, straighten the other. So you want to lift the hips to the ceiling, heels down to the floor, relax your head, look for your shins behind you. If down dog doesn't feel right for your body this morning, no problem. Come down onto your knees and take a child's pose instead. So every down dog can be a child's pose. Every plank can be a tabletop. And if that lowering down motion, that vinyasa, does not feel good for you, go straight from your plank or tabletop directly into your down dog or child's pose. On your next inhale, hands on the floor, look forward and step forward, lengthen into a halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Inhale, reach to rise, arms with your ears come up, looking up overhead. Exhale, hands down at heart center. Good, 2 more. Inhale, lift your arms up, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands to floor, step back into your high plank or tabletop. Remember that you can go from here directly into your down dog or child's pose, or take a vinyasa, lower down, and inhale, come up into your back bend. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up, down dog. So for child's pose, come down onto your knees. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, try to get forehead to floor and hips to heels. For down dog, try to get heels to floor, hips to ceiling, drop your head, spread your shoulders wide and spread your fingers wide as well. Root down through all 28 knuckles, especially the space between your index finger and thumb, so that you're not putting all of your body weight on your wrists. It is evenly distributed on your hands and feet. On your next inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, arms with your ears, come on up, looking up overhead. Exhale, hands down at heart center. Last one, inhale, lift your arms up, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands to floor, step back, high plank, keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale, come up into your back bend. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up, down dog. For the last down dog, try to get heels to the floor. You might need a slightly wider stance. Relax your head, drop your shoulders, squeeze your thighs. Take a slow inhale, slow exhale. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, arms with your ears, come up, looking up. Exhale, hands at heart center. Wonderful, so that's our little warm up. From here, we will hop into traditional 26 and 2 yoga. Come to the middle of your mat space with your feet together, toes and heels touching. Interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, and glue your knuckles underneath your chin. Knuckles stay under the chin like glue. Rock your weight into your heels. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. You made it to class. Concentrate. Meditate and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose. Lift your elbows up. Suck your stomach in. Fill up your lungs. Good. Exhale, head up. Exhale through your mouth. HA, sound, head back. Stretch your arms forward. Elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Breathe in through your nose. Down through your throat to the very bottom of your lungs. Exhale, head up. As you exhale, open your mouth wide like you're fogging up a mirror on the ceiling. Stretch your arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down, I'll do one with you. Chin down, elbows up, stomach in, full lungs. Exhale, head up. Head back, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Full lungs. Exhale, head up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, elbows touch, 1. Inhale, head down. Use the full 6 seconds to inhale. Slowly bring your chin down as you lift your chest up. Exhale, head up. Use the full 6 seconds to exhale. Synchronize breath with body movements. Elbows touch when your lungs are empty. Inhale, head down. So we're starting to become a little bit more aware of our breath, a little bit more aware of our body. Exhale, head up. So just the neck spine drops back. No backward bending. Keep shoulders over hips, hips over heels, weight in the heels. Inhale, head down, last breath. First set, deepest breath of your day. Spine a little longer, elbows a little higher, lungs a little fuller. Suck your stomach in, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up, take your time. Eyes open, hips forward, legs locked, stomach in. Keep exhaling, push, squeeze, elbows touch. Good, change, arms down, can roll out your shoulders, your head. I have to say, I still miss practicing in person in a hot room, but it is really delightful to take a full inhale of Fraser fir in the morning. So if you have a Christmas tree, I hope you are enjoying that same delightful scent sensation. Second set, feet together, interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, glue your knuckles underneath your chin, squeeze your thighs, squeeze your butt, grow taller out of the base of your spine, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose, lift your elbows up, suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up, exhale through your mouth, slowly tilt head back, slowly stretch arms forward, elbows touch, elbows point forward. Inhale, keep your elbows lifted, slowly chin down, slowly elbows up, take in more and more and more air. Exhale, head up, slowly push your head back, squeeze your palms together, wrists straight, wrists together, forearms, elbows touch. Inhale, head down so weight stays in the heels, glue your ankle bones together, squeeze your inner thighs, squeeze your butt. Exhale, head up, lock your legs, weight in the heels, hips a little forward, hip muscles contracted, thigh muscles tight. Inhale, head down, stomach, 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 marsha, 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 depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles. Exhale, head up, suck it in, hold it in tight, draw the belly button to the back wall, chest up to the ceiling, elbows point forward, away from your body. Inhale, keep the elbows lifted and the shoulders down. Try to keep elbows above heart level. Good. Exhale, head up. So you want to sweep the arms forward, shoulders down, elbows up, triceps parallel to the floor. Inhale, head down. Make this the deepest breath so far. Breathing into the top of the lungs, middle of the lungs, bottom of the lungs, full lungs. Exhale, head up. In our day-to-day life, we don't really use the full lung capacity, but the lungs need to be worked out like any other part of the body. Inhale, head down, last breath, second set. Make it the deepest breath of your life. When your lungs are totally full, surprise yourself. Take in one more sip of air. Exhale, head up. Take your time, let everything go through the exhale breath. Any worries, any cares, let them go. Be here now, elbows touch. Good, change, arms down, you can roll out your shoulders and head. Let us continue. Half moon with hands to feet pose. Ardha Chandrasana with Padastasana. Feet together, inhale, arms overhead, palms together. And you can't quite see the grip, but you want to interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, and cross your thumbs, kind of like Charlie's Angels hands. Stretch up out of your waist and bend right and left, right and left. Every time you pass through the middle, reach up a little taller. Okay, and then come to stop in the middle. Bring the weight into your heels, push your hips a little forward, squeeze your palms together, and bring your head and arms back. Touch your biceps to your ears. Inhale, breathing, stretch up out of your waist, try to touch the ceiling. Exhale, breathing, absolutely straight line, slowly bend your body to the right without bending your elbows or your knees. Continuously press your hips to the left beyond your flexibility. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling in the left side of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes. Keep the weight in your heels. So notice if the weight's coming into the toes. Bring the weight back into your heels. Push your hips a little more forward, stomach in, upper body back, touch your biceps to your ears. Push your left hip forward to get your two hips in line. Now bring your right shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Come down, push your hips to the left, come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up, hips forward, arms back, stretch up, and slowly bend to the left as you press your hips to the right. And it's worth noting that I'm not mirroring you, so it might look like I'm bending to the right when in fact I'm bending to the left. You are welcome to follow my words or my body. Just know that in general, we do the right side of postures first in this style of yoga. Keep the weight in your heels, quadricep muscles contracted, lift your chin and chest. Push your right hip forward, two hips in line, left shoulder forward, two shoulders in line. Come down, push and push and push. Change, inhale to come up, stop in the middle. First back bend of the day. This is the only posture that I cannot show and tell at the same time. Take a deep breath, full lungs, keep your eyes open, relax your head all the way back as far as it goes, eyes open, maybe give your head a gentle shake, and then look for the floor behind you. Squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and immediately bring your arms back with your ears. Try to touch the wall behind you. So whole spine back bending from coccyx to the neck, lower back, middle back, upper back. Bend your total spine backward bending. Try to fall down backwards. Maximum weight in your heels. Inhale, breathing, push stomach, thighs, hips forward, and then bring your arms back. Look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back. Good, change. Inhale to come up, stretch up, lengthen up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. You want to go down with a flat back, so you hinge at your hips. That's the safest way to go down for your spine. Once hands are to floor, relax your head, and then go for a walk. Bend one knee, straighten the other, move your hips, right, left, right, left. And you might notice that these postures feel different, different in different seasons, in different life experiences, but also at different times of day. So when I take a 10 a.m. class, I am much more stiff than when I take a 6 p.m. class. So just be aware of that as you move your hips and shake your head. Just working out through the hips, the lower back, and the hamstrings. Padastasana, hands to feet pose. Bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your calves, your Achilles, or your heels from underneath. Step on all 10 fingers. Wrap your elbows back behind you and roll forward like a wheel. Touch stomach to thighs, stomach in, chest to knees, eyes open, and relax your head. Eventually face to the shins below the knees. No room for light and air between the upper and lower body. Pull on your heels. Roll your weight into your toes and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. Pulling is the object of stretching. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling on the back of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes with a smiling, happy face. It's kind of poetic. Roll forward a little bit more. Lift your hips up, push your knees back, stretch your spine. Change, come up. Try to come up with a flat back so knees can bend. You want to hinge at your hips. Good. Float your arms down and take a breath, just standing a little taller. Second set, feet together. Inhale, arms overhead. palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, and maybe switch the grip. So opposite thumb, pinky finger on top. Most of us have a dominant grip, and so we try to move that around. Keep the weight in your heels. Push your hips forward, upper body back, stretch up, and slowly drop to the right as you press your hips to the left. So notice if the left shoulder is coming down towards the floor, you want to move the right shoulder forward and the left rib cage back. So you're opening your chest like a flower petal blooming towards the sun. Keep your arms with your ears, or at least equal distance between arms and ears. So notice if the right elbow is bending a lot. Same with the right knee. Lift the right kneecap, lift the left kneecap, and breathe through your nose. As you inhale, lengthen your arms. As you exhale, come down, push and push and push. Change, inhale to come up, hips forward, arms back, stretch tall, and slowly drop to the left as you press your hips to the right. Keep the good grip. So push the pads of your fingers into the backs of your hands, squeeze your palms, lift your chin, lift your chest, make sure you're still breathing, in and out through the nose. Weight in the heels, hips more forward, upper body back. Push your right hip forward, get your two hips in line. Now bring your left shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming, come down, push and push and push. Change, inhale to come up. Second heart opener, take a deep breath, full lungs, keep your eyes open and relax your head all the way back. Eyes open so you don't get dizzy. Look for the floor behind you, squeeze your butt, lift your chest and hands up to the ceiling, and then bring your arms back. Imagine you're tracing your fingers along the ceiling down the back wall. So whole front of the body should be stretching. You'll feel it even in your armpits. Actively push your hands back, right? Push your index fingers to the wall behind you as you push your hips forward. So keep the weight in your heels, push your hips forward, and then push your hands back. Bring your arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, or back. Change, inhale to come up, stretch up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Remember, you want to go down with a straight spine. So knees can bend as you hinge at your hips. Hands to floor. Then let your head go and go for another walk. Move your hips, shake your head. Notice what's a little bit more loose in the second set and what's still a little tight or tender, right? Things that just feel a little tender today, you're going to take care of them, never forcing the body. But by the same token, maybe you notice that something feels a little bit more open than it did last class, and you'll go for that too. Padastasana, hands to feet pose. Bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your legs or your heels from behind. Pull on your heels, roll forward like a wheel, and lift your hips up. Touch stomach to thighs, chest, knees, let your head go, touch your face to your shins, pull on your heels, roll your weight into your big toes, and lift your hips up. So eventually the legs will lock, doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. For today, try to slide stomach down thighs, try to hook ribs over knees, slide your nose between your shins so the top of your head gets closer to the top of your toes. Pull on your heels, roll forward, lift your hips up, push your knees back, try to lock your legs. Change, come on up. You want to hinge at the hips, keeping a flat back, flat spine. Good, arms down. And you let that one go. Awkward Utkatasana. Step your right foot to the right, 6 inches, hip width distance, insides of your feet, perfectly parallel like 11s. Arms up, parallel to the floor. Tricep muscles tight, nothing loose or hanging. All 5 fingers together. Thumbs with your index fingers, fingers in line with your collarbones. Suck your stomach in, bend your knees, sit back and down into a chair. Feet flat position, spine straight to begin with, 100% of your body weight in your heels. Sit down halfway only, hips into a chair. Suck your stomach in, now lean your upper body back. Depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles, suck it in, hold it in tight. Notice if your knees are coming way in or way out. Keep 6 inches between toes, heels, knees, and hands. Now lift your chin up, chest up. Lean back, fall back, way back. Try to fall down backwards at the end. Change. Inhale to come up. Keep your arms there. Push your hips a little forward. Spread your toes wide. Maximum surface area with the toes. Concentrate, meditate, levitate. Come up maximum on your tiptoes like a ballerina. Stretch up first. Bend your knees and sit down. Lean back. Touch your head and hips to an imaginary wall behind you. Lift your heels a little higher. Knees a little higher, sit down into a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change, inhale to come up. Last part, heels down. Relax your shoulders, re-engage triceps, relax your jaw, suck your stomach in. Squeeze your knees together. Let your heels come a little bit off the floor. and slowly sit down. So knees together, but toes point forward. Keep the insides of your feet parallel. You can stop whenever you want or keep sitting down until you're a ½ inch off your heels. Squeeze your knees together and forward, thighs parallel to the floor, arms parallel to the thighs, spine perfectly straight from the side. Looks like you're holding a box. Chest up, shoulders down, change. Slowly come up, knees together, knees together. Good, heels down, right foot back, arms down, take a breath. Second set, step your right foot to the right, hip width distance, insides of your feet parallel, arms up, parallel to the floor, triceps tight, abdomen in, bend your knees, sit back and down. So in the first part, you can really fold forward, right? You can touch your stomach to your thighs and then stick your butt out and sit down, thighs parallel to the floor. From here, start to lift up, lift your chin up, chest up, change, inhale to come up, keep your arms there. Second part, rather than sticking your butt out, you want to tuck your tailbone under. Like if you had a tail, you would tuck it under. Now lift your heels and come up all the way on your tiptoes. So we're starting to play with balance here, right? Lift your heels, stretch your spine, engage your abdominal wall, bend your knees and sit down. Just playing around with balance, lift your heels a little higher, stomach in, knees a little higher, sit down into a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change. Inhale to come up. Last part. Squeeze knees together. Let your heels come a scotch off the floor and slowly sit down. Going slow with control, stopping whenever you want. Squeeze knees together and forward. Lift your chest. Relax your shoulders. Re-engage your fingertips for a counterbalance. And change. Slowly push the floor away from you. Good, heels down, right foot back, arms down. Eagle pose, Garasana. Look at your arms, identify which arm is right, which arm is left. Don't mix them up. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swing your right arm under your left arm, right elbow under left elbow. You have options. You can grab your shoulders, or eventually you're gonna twist again at your wrists. You can interlock your fingers, or have hands in prayer, but you want thumbs towards your nose, pinky fingers away from your face. So sometimes when we start, we have pinkies towards the face. You want to flip the palms one more time, thumbs towards your face. Pull elbows down, bend your knees, sit down, stay down there, lean back, and bring your right leg over your left leg, right leg over left leg. Perfect. Cross your legs each other, twist like ropes. Start to point your right toes towards your left calf. And eventually, doesn't have to be today, wrap your right foot behind your left calf muscle. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. Bring your knees to the right, upper body to the left, twist like ropes, sit a little lower, lean your upper body back at the end. Good, change feet together, arms over your head. We'll do the left side. Swing your left arm under your right arm, left elbow under right elbow. Cross first, sit your elbows. Again, if you can at your wrists, palms together, thumbs towards your nose. Remember, you can grab shoulders as well. Pull elbows down, bend your knees, sit down. Stay down there and bring your left leg over your right leg. Left leg over right leg. Good. Cross twist and wrap. And you might notice that this side feels a little or a lot different. It does for me. We are not symmetrical. We are not butterflies. We are perfectly imperfect. Yoga gives us an opportunity to notice our incongruencies, to address them, but also to be okay with the fact that like my right shoulder will always be tighter than my left shoulder. That's okay. Sit down more, lean your upper body back. Good, change. Feet together, arms over your head, second set. Bring your right arm under your left arm. Right elbow under left elbow, palms together, thumbs towards your face, pull elbows down. One day fingers go below your nose. Bend your knees, sit down, lean back, and bring right leg up and over left leg. Think hamstring over quadricep. Now as you wrap, notice if your knees want to twist way to the left side of your space. Bring your knees to the right and upper body to the left. Also notice if your hands are going way to the left of your face. Bring your hands to the right, back to center, and then pull the left shoulder down to even out shoulders and hips. Stomach in, eyes open, sit down more, lean your upper body back. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head. Last one, bring your left arm, zoom, under right arm, left under right. Try to get wrists straight, eventually fingertips in line. I'm not there yet either. Pull your elbows down, bend your knees, sit down, lean back, and bring your left leg over your right leg. So we're starting to transition to the balancing part of class. When you balance, make sure you can still breathe through your nose. Bring your knees to the left, Upper body to the right, sit a little bit lower, breathe a little slower, lean your upper body back at the end. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head, arms down, party time. Grab a sip of water if you want. Cheers, friends. So happy to be here with you all. Woohoo. Hey, Corey. So this is our only official water break, but obviously drink water, take breaks as you need to. For the next 3 postures, we balance on one leg. If you fall out, you just hop back in. So you always end on one leg. Okay. We begin. Standing head to knee, Dandayamana Janu Sharasana. Shift your weight to your left leg. Evenly distribute your body weight on your left foot. Lock your left leg. Lift your left kneecap up. Lift your right thigh up parallel to the floor. Point your toes. Flex your toes. Keep your toes flexed back to your face. Stomach in. Option to stay here, or as you're ready, start to round forward, maybe just a little bit today. And eventually round down so much that you can pick up your right foot. All 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. Standing leg should be solid, concrete, one piece, lamppost, unbroken, you have no knee. You're welcome to stay here. If you know your left leg is locked, no bend, no wobble. Inhale, breathing slowly, gently lift your right leg up. Stretch it forward until your right leg is exactly parallel to the floor. No higher, no lower, standing leg locked. Take a deep breath, kick your heel forward, flex your toes back. You're training your Achilles to stretch. If both legs lock from the side, legs make an L, like Linda, start to bend elbows down. Touch your elbows to your calf muscles, bring your chest down more. One day elbows go below your calf muscles, lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Change, slowly reverse out. Shift your weight to your right leg, contract your inner thigh as well as your outer thigh. Lift the right kneecap up, lift your left thigh up, point your toes, flex your toes. Here, I'll show you from the side. Keep your toes flexed back to your face. Option to stay here, or slowly over time, you're gonna round forward a little bit and eventually pick up your foot. Now to pick up your foot, you're welcome to lift your knee up so that you don't have to round down so much, right? You can start with your knee and your chest. Just make sure your standing leg is locked. So there's no like super bend in the knee, but if you're really flexible, there's also no hyperextension. You're not like pushing your knee all the way back. Lock your right leg, flex your left toes back to your face, and when you're ready, lift your left leg up. So for those kicking forward, it takes a while to get the kicking leg to lock, right? Continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. If the standing leg is bending, posture hasn't started. If your standing leg is bending, rather than thinking about pushing your knee back, think about lifting your hips up. If both legs lock from the side, legs make an upside down L, like Linda, bend elbows down, stomach in, touch elbows to calf muscles, bring chest down more. One day elbows go below the calf muscles. Everybody heel forward, toes back, stomach in. Change, slowly reverse out. You can put your hands on your back, do a little back bend, or a knee bend. Second set, shift your weight to your left leg, evenly distribute your body weight on your left foot, lift your left kneecap up, lift your right thigh up, flex your toes back, engage your abdominal wall, round down, and pick up your right foot. If your big toe keeps coming off the floor, you're leaning back too much. Press your hips forward, contract inner thigh as well as outer thigh. And when you're ready, lift your right leg up. Heel forward, toes back. If both legs lock, puff up your chest and bend elbows down. If elbows go below calf muscles, slowly tuck your chin to your chest and put your forehead on your knee. Hold where you are for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change. Take your time. Good for you. Last one, shift your weight to your right leg, squeeze your right thigh, lift your left leg up, flex your toes back, stomach in, round down, and pick up your foot. Thumbs included underneath the foot. So less like you're gonna eat a sandwich with your thumbs on top, more like you're gonna help your best friend over a fence with your thumbs underneath. Concentrate, meditate. When you're ready, lift your left leg up. Notice if your foot's crossing the center line of your body or your heel is turning in. Heel in line with hip, toes back to the face, bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles, slowly tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee, hold where you are, lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Change. Take your time as you reverse out. Good for you. So that was a forward curl, a compression posture. We compressed the abdominal wall. Next is a back bend and a chest and shoulder opener. Standing bow pulling pose, Dandayamana Dhanurasana. Feet together, bring your right hand up, elbow touches the body, palm faces the ceiling. Bring your hand out to the right. Give yourself a high five for practicing yoga today. Woo, okay, reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle bone. Knees together. Left arm up and back with your ear. Lock your left leg. Point your right toes. Take a breath, stretch up, and go for it. Charge your body forward. Simultaneously, kick your right leg back and up. Take your time and go slow. Perfect, Mikey. Slowly bring your body down and your leg up. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. So from the side, 2 heels in line. Kick back and up, 2 shoulders in line. Touch your chin to your shoulder. Shoulder blade scapula coming out of the body. Kicking, stretching, equal, simultaneous, 50-50. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. So kick really hard. Bring the body down more, leg up more, kick, kick, kick. Good, change. Slowly kick yourself up, feet together, arms down. I'm going to show you the other side from the side, and I'm going to show an option that uses a prop. So feet together, bring your left hand up, out to the left. I'll show you 3 options. Reach back. Eventually you will pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle bone. If this isn't working today, you can grab the outside of your foot. And if you're having trouble grabbing your foot, take a towel. I have a t-shirt. You're just going to loop that. And this basically makes your arm longer, right? And then you can just hold on to that loop. Bring your right arm up and back with your ear. Lift your chin, lift your chest, lock your right leg, point your left toes, take a breath, stretch up, and go for it. Charge your body forward as you kick your left leg back and up. Slowly bring the body down and the leg up. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. So from the side, 2 heels in line. Kick back and up as you move the right shoulder forward, left shoulder back. In other words, 2 shoulders in line. Touch your chin to your shoulder, shoulder blade scapula coming out of the body. Kicking, stretching, equal, simultaneous, 50-50. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. If you're falling out, hop back in, kick even harder. Slowly body down more, leg up more, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, kick yourself up, and take a breath. Okay, second set, bring your right hand up, out to the right, reach back, pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle. Notice if that right hip leans back, press the right hip forward and down, even out your hips. Bring your left arm up and back with your ear. Squeeze your left thigh, point your right toes, take a breath, stretch up, and go for it. Charge your body forward as you kick your right leg back and up. All 5 fingers together, thumb with index finger, palm of your left hand faces the floor. Get your left arm parallel to the floor. No higher, that looks weird. No lower, that's a little too hard. Standing leg locked. Reach the left shoulder forward. Relax the right shoulder back. Breathe through your nose. Hey, is your right hip lifting up a lot? Drop your right hip down, left hip back, body down, leg up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change. Kick yourself up. Last one, bring your left hand up. Out to the left, reach back, pick up the inside of your left foot, knees together, right arm up and back. Concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun, stretch up and slowly kick, stretch and breathe. So on this side, left hip down. That's it, Corey. You want to bring the left hip down and the right hip back, even if you fall out a couple times. That's the hip alignment. Keep lifting the right kneecap up. Try to bring left big toe to the ceiling, right shoulder forward, left shoulder back, body down more, leg up more, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, nice. Kick yourself up. Come to the back of your mat and towel, Tula Dandasana balancing stick. This next posture is only 10 seconds. Yay! You have to make up your mind to use 100% of your strength in half a second. If you're late, it's over. Feet together, inhale, arms overhead, palms together. Interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, and cross your thumbs. Nice tight grip. Lean back, lift your chin and chest, and step your right foot forward a big step. Shift your weight to your right foot. Lift your left foot off the floor. Lock both legs, point your left toes, stretch up, and now tilt. Arms, body, head, legs, everything parallel to the floor. So from the side, body makes a T like Tom, not a broken umbrella. Stretch, 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 change. Left foot down, right foot back, arms back, chest up. Step your left foot forward. Shift your weight to your left foot. Lift your right foot off the floor, lock both legs. Point your right toes, stretch up, and now tilt like a seesaw, hinging at your hips. Bring the chest down, chin forward, and heel up. Heel up, chin forward, chest down, stretch, stretch, stretch. Change. Right foot down, left foot back, float your arms down. Notice the quality of energy going through your body. For me, my heart rate is pretty increased right now. And so a funny thing happens, even though I'm expending a lot of energy, all I want to do is move around, right? My body has this huge store of energy in it right now. And in yoga, we're learning how to control that energy through our breath, a slow inhale, slow exhale. Second set, inhale, arms overhead, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, switch the grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top, lean back, step your right foot forward, lock both legs, point your left toes, stretch, and then tilt. Left hip down, it's so hard. Left hip down, two hips in line, left foot a little to the left. Imagine you're trying to turn on a light switch with your left big toe. Chest down, chin forward, heel up, stretch, change. Left foot down, right foot back, last one, here we go. Step your left foot forward, lock both legs, point your right toes, stretch, and tilt. Abdomen in, every muscle in the body engaged. So chest down, chin forward, lift your heel up, heel up, heel up, heel up, stretch. Change, right foot down, left foot back, arms down. For the next three postures, we're on two separate legs. You are welcome to come to the top of your mat and face the long side of your mat, so both feet stay on your mat. Otherwise, I will face you. Standing, separate legs stretching, Dandayamana, Bikaptapada, Paschimottanasana. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, big step. Arms down parallel to the floor. You can turn your toes in a little bit. If you have active sciatic pain, toes point forward. Lift your kneecaps, lock your legs, lift your chest, and swan dive forward. Can you keep the weight forward in the balls of your feet all the way down? That'll take pressure off of the hamstrings and knees. Grab your heels from behind. Don't be afraid to play with taking a bigger or smaller step. After you've played around with your step, if you still can't grab your heels, you can start by grabbing the outsides of your feet or even pinky toes so you can pull. However, if you have super tight knees and hamstrings, start with your hands on the floor in front of you, and that way your arms can take some of your body weight away from the knees. Everybody roll forward. You could almost lift your heels off the floor. Lift your hips up, push your knees back, and lock your legs. First the legs stretching, then the hips stretching, lower spine, whole body stretching. 3, 60-degree angle stretching, coccyx to toes, coccyx to forehead. Touch your forehead to the floor in between your feet. If your forehead's not yet touching the floor, open your step more and more and more. Roll forward, hips up, put your forehead on the floor in between your feet. Good. Change. Slowly come up, take your time, step your right foot back to the place, arms over your head, arms down. If your forehead touched the floor in the first set, take a smaller step so that your spine can grow. If your forehead was nowhere near the floor, try taking a little bit of a bigger step. You just don't want your step to get so big that you lose control of your legs. You want to feel the stretch in the hamstrings, not the inner thighs. Second set, I will show you from the side. Arms overhead, step your right foot to the right. The step that works for you, arms down parallel to the floor. If you have a long torso, probably want a shorter step. Squeeze your thighs, lift your chest, and swan dive forward. If you can, grab your heels or the outsides of your feet, bend your elbows back. Think elbows to calves, shoulders to ceiling, belly button to spine, roll forward, hips up, knees back, lock your legs. So if your knees are bending a lot, sure you want to push the knees back, but really what you want to do is lift your hips up, right? So hips come up and forward, push big toes down, push knuckles down, pull, stretch, touch your head to the floor in between your feet. If you notice your spine rounding a lot, lift your chin and chest. Imagine your heart will touch the floor before your head. Good. Change. Slowly come up. Take your time. Step your right foot back to the left. Arms over your head. Arms down. Next is the summit of the standing series. It's called Triangle Trikonasana. It's a master posture using different muscle groups in the body at once. Some people call it a marriage of the heart and the lungs. You will feel both opening, stretching, working hard. Triangle. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, big step, arms down parallel to the floor. So for most of us, this is the biggest step we want to take in class. You want your feet under your hands, kind of like a marionette, right? Push your hips forward, lean your upper body back, and turn your right foot out. Turn it out a ½ inch more so your right foot is parallel to your mat space. Bend your right leg and sit down. Now the goal here is to get the right thigh bicep parallel to the floor. You might need to take a slightly bigger or smaller step to sit down. You can also turn your left toes in, press your left hip forward, and that might help you sit down more. Keep your spine straight in the middle, hips down low, and just move your arms. Right elbow in front of the knee. Hover your right fingers above your big and second toe, like you could almost move your arm, right? So you're not touching the floor or pushing any weight on the floor. Look up to the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder, and breathe through your nose. Push your left hip forward and down. Push your right knee back with the help of your elbow. Reach your left arm up, stretch your right arm down. Good. Turn, twist upper body back, lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change. Rotate your arms, straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out. Make sure 2 heels are in line, not crisscross. Inhale, bend your left leg and sit down. And let's say that you have, tight knees or hips and you can't get your left thigh parallel to the floor yet. That's okay. Sit as low as you can. Lean back and move your arms. If you don't have your hips in line with your knee, as in if your left thigh is a little diagonal rather than parallel, maybe just have the forearm in front of the knee. And that way, as you stretch up, you still get a nice diagonal line from your ankle all the way to the crown of your head, so you're not collapsing way down, right? As you're ready, you're gonna push your right hip forward and down, push your left knee back with the help of your elbow and turn, twist upper body back. So left shoulder forward, right shoulder back, keep your right leg locked, right kneecap contracted, right foot, even the pinky toe flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your left leg, left toes in, right foot back, arms over your head, and arms down. Second set, triangle, arms overhead. Step your right foot to the right, big step, arms down parallel to the floor. Maybe after that initial big step, take a little bit of a bigger step, push your hips forward, lean your upper body back, turn your right foot out, bend your right leg, and sit down. You want your right leg to make an upside down L like Linda, a 90-degree angle. Sit down, lean back, and move your arms at 6 and 12 o'clock. So left shoulder up, right shoulder down, look up, bring your right ear forward and your left ear back. Lift left shoulder, touch shoulder to chin. As you look up, make sure all 5 fingers together, wrists straight, triceps tight. Reach your left arm up, stretch your right arm down, sit down more, chest up more, turn, twist upper body back, lock your left leg, left foot, flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, push the right heel into the floor, right toes in, left toes out. Make sure your heels are in line, not crisscross. Bend your left leg and lunge. Kind of like a warrior two, you're sitting as low as you can, lean back and move your arms. It's interesting, a lot of yoga postures have been around for like 1,000 years, but this one is pretty unique to our style of yoga. It's kind of a blend between triangle and warrior two. So it's a deep lunge, hips sitting down, and it's a great spine twist and chest opener, chest lifting up. So chest up, hips down, turn, twist upper body back, lock your right leg, right foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your left leg, left toes in, right foot back, arms over your head, and arms down. So the creator of this style of yoga is a guy named Bikram, and he was a weightlifter. So if you've ever watched a weightlifting competition, right, they do some stuff like this. That's why we think he did the lunge in the leg and then moved it to triangle pose. So it's kind of a blend of like weightlifting, which is interesting, bodybuilding competitions as well as yoga. But again, it's a good hip opener, good chest opener, a marriage of the heart and the lungs. So triangle is called a marriage of the heart and the lungs. The next posture we're going to do, standing separate leg head to knee, is sometimes referred to as a marriage of the pancreas and the kidneys, which I think is pretty funny. So think about your kidneys on your lower middle back. Okay, and the pancreas is on the deepest level of the abdominal wall. We're going to round our spine and compress our abdomen so much that in Ayurvedic medicine, some people believe that the pancreas and the kidneys start to squeeze and stretch together. That's why it's called a marriage of pancreas and kidneys. You don't have to believe it, but I think it's a fun visual. Standing separate leg, head to knee, Dandayamana Vikatapada Janu Shirasana. Inhale, arms overhead, palms together, only cross your thumbs. Exhale, step your right foot to the right 3 feet, maybe 4 feet, at least 36 inches. Pivot on your heels to one side of the room. If you're on the long side of your mat, you will face the back of your mat. This setup is pretty long. Take your time. Push your hips forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times beyond your flexibility. Make sure 2 hips in line, 2 heels in line. Backside foot makes a 45-degree angle. Stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest, and you go down. Round your spine, chin tuck to chest, touch your exactly forehead and knee together. Now to touch your knee and head, you can bend your right leg. You might need to play around with a slightly bigger or smaller step. You can always turn your left toes in more. Bring your knee and head close together. One day forehead and knee touch. Front side compression, throat choked, jaw relaxed. Eyes open, breathing normal. Bring maximum weight to your front foot. Lift your right hip up. Push your left hip forward to keep your 2 hips in line. Push forehead into knee. Lock both legs. Hands together. Change. Slowly uncurl. Arms with ears. Head up. Last. Good. Pick up your toes. Pivot on your heels to the other side of the room. Uncross your heels. Mine always get crisscrossed in transition. Make sure you still have a big step. Turn your back toes in, and then you can move your right hip forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times until your hips are even. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down. So 2 hips in line, 2 heels in line, backside foot makes a 45-degree angle. You can bend your left leg as much as you want, touch knee and head together. Stretch all 10 fingers just beyond your big and second toe. Shift your weight into your front foot without letting the back heel leave the floor. So press right heel down. Shift weight to left foot. Lift left hip up. Push right hip forward, forward, forward to keep your 2 hips in line. Throat choked, eyes open, jaw relaxed, breathing normal. Push your forehead into your knee. Lock both legs. Bring your hands together first. Try not to skip that step. And then change. Slowly come up. Arms with your ears. Right hip forward. Full stop at the top. Good. Pivot on your heels. Right foot back. Float your arms down. So that posture is a great way to strengthen your core, compress your core, and stretch your spine. And again, some people believe that it's good for internal organs as well, like massaging the internal organs. As well, on a psychological, emotional, or spiritual level, this posture is also very good for cultivating patience. At this point in class, we've been practicing for a while, and especially those of us that know every posture, this is usually one where we want to skip the sit-up, or the setup, I should say, and just go into it as fast as we can. But it's a little bit like, if you skip the setup, right, and you just go into the posture, it's a little bit like if you were to skip school and just go into work, right? Like we educate our kids for 18 to 30 years for a reason, because the idea is that if the setup is smooth, then the actual posture, the actual action is a little better. And I bet if you asked a kid hey, was school part of your life? They'd be like, of course, right? So same thing, the setup is part of the posture. The setup to this posture is part of your yoga. Arms overhead, palms together, cross your thumbs, other thumb on top. Step your right foot to the right 3 to 4 feet. Pivot on your heels. Turn your back toes in. Push your hips forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Can you just stay here? 2 hips in line, 2 heels in line. Backside foot makes a 45-degree angle. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down. Can you look at your belly button all the way down? You cannot see your right foot all the way down. Press your left hip forward, bend your front leg, touch your knee and head together. The other thing is, if you take time in the setup to push your left hip forward, 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 then it's easier to keep your hips in line here, right? So notice if the left hip is lifting up and back, you want to move the left hip forward to keep your 2 hips in line. Push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, hands together first, and then slowly uncurls. If you're dragging your forehead up your thigh, your chest, head up, last. Pivot on your heels. I'm going to show you this one from the front. So you want your heels in line, but not crisscross. Like you could draw a line in the sand between your heels. Turn your back toes in, and then you can push your right hip forward, forward, forward until 2 hips and shoulders are square. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down slowly. So it's also tempting to rush in this transition. When we go slow, you actually build more strength and more balance. Bend your front leg. Touch knee and head together. For a balance challenge, try to keep your hands together. Maybe just slowly walking the hands closer together. Maybe thumbs crossed, maybe palms together. Lift shoulders up away from the ears. Press your hips forward. Suck your stomach in. Round your spine. Push your forehead into your knee. Lock both legs, hands together. Change. Slowly come up. Right hip forward, right shoulder forward. Full stop at the top. Good for you. Pivot on your heels, right foot back, arms down. Come to the middle of your mat and towel for tree pose and then toe stand. I've been waiting all day to say that. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, and lift your right leg up. Heel to costume, slowly, gently let your right knee drop down and back. So other styles of yoga, we have tree pose with the foot on the inside. For this one, you want your foot on top. So it's a nice half lotus shape. You're training your hips to sit in lotus pose one day. Bring your right hand up to the center of your chest, good. And if you can balance, left hand up. Elbows down, spine straight. Press your hips forward, engage your abdominal wall. Think about temporarily eliminating any curvature in your spine. Change, right leg down. Shift your weight to your right leg, contract your right quadricep muscles, lift the right kneecap up, and then lift your left foot up. If you have tight knees, maybe at first your foot's on your shin, your knee, your thigh, eventually heel to costume. You can also hold on to your left knee with your left hand, and when it's ready, then you let the left knee drop down and back, but you never force your knees. You want to feel this in your hip, but not your knee. Bring your left hand up, and if you can balance, right hand up, but if your foot slips like mine does, just continue to hold on to your foot with your hand. Notice if the left hip is coming back, press your left hip forward, drop the left hip down, try to keep your 2 hips and 2 shoulders nice and even with a proud chest. Good, change, left leg down. You're welcome to do a second set of that posture, tree pose. You can also try toe stand, Padangusthasana. Pick a spot on the floor, 4 feet in front of you. Don't move your eyes, don't even blink. Lock your left leg and lift your right leg up. Now that I've said don't blink, what do you want to do? Blink. When I say don't think of pink elephants, what do? Think of pink elephants. Concentrate and meditate. You are in control of your own mind, your own destiny. Bring one or both hands together, Namaskar. Keep concentrating, meditating, fold forward. Hands to floor, walk your hands forward, lean forward, lift your heel, bend your knees, sit down. So we're learning to control our mind, not to have the mind control us. Jedi mind tricks. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips. Have you blinked yet? Left hand up, right hand up, elbows down, spine straight, come a ½ inch off your heel. Good. When you're ready, hands to floor, lift your hips up, and then push your hips forward to reverse out. Good, change right leg down, I just blinked a lot. Shift your weight to your right leg, lock your right leg, and lift your left leg up. Pick a spot on the floor 4 feet in front of you. So looking to the floor helps with balance, but it also just tells your body where you want it to go. So this might be enough today, just looking to the floor, setting that intention. You can bring one or both hands together. If your foot is prone to sliding like mine is, hold on to your foot on the way down. Start to fold forward. Maybe at first just leaning forward, dangling forward, again, setting that intention. Eventually hands to floor. Walk your hands forward, bring the weight into your arms, lift your right heel, bend your knee and sit down. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips. Press the left hip forward, left knee down, point your left toes, 2 knees in line. Left hand, right hand, elbows down, spine straight, come a ½ inch off your heel. Good, hands to floor, you can come up on 2 feet, or lift your hips up to straighten standing leg, and then push the hips forward to reverse out. Good for you. Change left leg down, honor yourself, give yourself high five, fist bump, turn around Savasana, and then adjust our camera angle. So we're gonna lie on our back, and we are on the floor for the rest of class. What a delight. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat, heels together, toes fall open, arms down, palms face the ceiling, eyes open, mouth closed, breathing normal. So I have to tell you, Elizabeth, who I think is taking this class, sent me a Halloween card, which was lovely. And the front of it said, "What a delight." And the inside said, "This made me think of your yoga class." And I was like, when do I say what a delight? And I was like, oh, when we turn around and lie on the floor. It's funny what we're not conscious of, right? Like, to be honest with you, yes, I think it's delightful to lie down on the floor, but I didn't even realize that was something that I said every day. Same thing, a student said to me, "You're really rubbing off on me." And I was like, oh, like, what was it? And she was like, "Now when I mumble words, I say words are hard." And I was like, oh, good. This is what I'm transferring to others, this wisdom of words are hard and what a delight. I was hoping it would be something like love yourself or lock your knee, but no. Words are hard, what a delight. Take a slow inhale through your nose and a slow exhale through your nose. And the reverse of that is also true. I've had an experience many times where a student will come up to me after class and say, like, "I really liked that cue." And it's like, you know, like stomach in. And I'm like, really? Because I say that every single day, right? We don't hear things until we're ready to hear them or until we know to listen for them. We don't hear things until we're ready to hear them or when we know to listen to them. And the cool thing about yoga, you know, at first when you're practicing this style of yoga, at first it's really hard. And then you're going to go through this period where you get good at it and it's pretty sweet. And you can see improvements every day and you're learning new things every day. And then at some point you plateau, right? Because you've learned the basics. But here's the thing about plateauing, and this isn't just true in yoga. When you get bored, it's actually a sign that you are ready to hear new information, and then you can get that next cue and actually go to the next level. Sometimes when we plateau, when we get bored, whether it's with yoga or another like skill or craft or hobby, we think, well, like, this is it, I should stop. But often that's actually a sign you're ready to hear the next step, right? So if you're having that moment in your practice where you're a little bored, just like keep your ears open, your eyes open, your mind open, and you might be surprised at what you hear. What a delight. Pavanamuktasana, when you're moving pose. Lift your right leg up, bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, grab your right shin just below the knee, nice tight white knuckle grip. Pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder, completely avoid your rib cage. Keep your head on the floor. Look down the center line of your body, pull down extra hard, maximum pressure in your lower right abdomen, massaging your ascending colon. Change. Right leg down, left leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, grab your left shin just below the knee, pull your knee out and down and hold still. Keep your right leg on the floor. If your right leg doesn't naturally touch the floor, you can flex your right toes back to your face, pull down a little harder and freeze here. Don't move, don't even blink your eyes. Change. Left leg down, both legs, lift up. Grab your elbows, each other. Give yourself a big hug for coming to class, good for you. And if you can't grab your elbows, grab your elbows. And if you still can't grab your elbows, at least you tried. From here, you can grab your shins, knees with your hands. You can interlace your fingers, maybe grab wrists or forearms. Slowly over time, you'll grab elbows. Doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. Keep your head on the floor, look down the center line of your body and hold still. Eventually, or in the future, when the bone joint skeletal system has improved, the whole spine from coccyx to the neck will be flat on the floor. Change. Arms down and eyes open. Slow inhale. Slow exhale. Second set, bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, switch the grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top, pull your knee out and down. Push the pads of your fingers into the backs of your hands to strengthen your grip. Bring the knee closer to the armpit, opening through the chest and hips. Change. Right leg down, left leg up, pull your knee out and down. It is easy to overdo this. Notice if you're rolling way to the left, try to keep right shoulder on the floor. Also notice if your left foot is crossing the center line of your body. Bring your left foot a little to the left, so shoulder, hip, knee, and ankle run parallel to your spine like train tracks. Change. Left leg down, both legs up, grab your elbows each other, maybe other elbow on top. If you remember, squeeze knees together and down. Keep your heels in line side by side, not crisscross. When you line up your feet by extension, you line up your hips, your spine, and your shoulders. So the whole spine is flattening. At first, we're kind of roly-poly-olies, but slowly over time, the neck, shoulders, hips, everything sinks down. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Change. Slowly lower down. arms down, eyes open. I don't think I've ever sneezed in that posture. That was a really weird experience. I wish it upon you one day. It was very interesting. See, we're still learning new things. Okay, next we do a straight leg sit up. If you have any concerns about your lower back, a history of slip discs, things are just feeling kind of crunchy today, skip the sit up, especially the first sit up, roll off to the side and meet us on your stomach. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, only cross your thumbs. Take a breath, hold your breath, tuck your chin to your chest and sit up. Exhale, grab big toes. Exhale, elbows to floor, forehead to knees. Good, turn, lie on your stomach for the spine strengthening series, starting with Cobra, Bhujangasana, good for your lower lumbar spine. Place your hands flat on the floor below your shoulders, so your elbows point up to the ceiling, like grasshopper wings. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, look up and lift. Stretch your upper body off the floor, beautiful. Use 100% back strength. Nice, Amanda. Come up halfway only, just your belly button on the floor, the rest of your chest is in the air. Elbows stay bent, they make an L, a 90-degree angle, like a rectangle. Hug your arms into your sides. Draw your elbows down towards your hips, shoulders away from your ears. Don't forget about your cobra's tail. Keep your feet together, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs. Push your feet down, hips down, hands down. Look up, chin up, chest up, stretch up, breathe up. Good, change. Slowly lower down. Look to your right, left ear on the mat, arms down, palms face the ceiling, toes together, heels fall open. Slow inhale through your nose. Even slower exhale through your nose. Second set, bring your chin forward, hands flat on the floor below your shoulders, elbow points stick up to the ceiling. Feet together, toes, heels touch, lock your legs, look up and lift. So sometimes people will push too much with the arms and have the arms straight. Keep your elbows bent, but sometimes people will also try to take hands off the floor. Keep your hands on the floor. So it's this sweet spot, right? When you push the hands into the floor, you do start to wake up the triceps, biceps, and the spine a little bit more. But if you push too hard, then you're not using your back muscles, right? You're just using your arms. So it's that sweet spot where you can push the palms down and still get the strength in the back and the stretch in the chest. Feet together, lock your legs, push your feet, hips and hands down, lift your chest up. Good, change, slowly lower down. Look to your left, right ear on the mat, arms down, palms face the ceiling, toes together, heels fall open. And that's kind of a metaphor for, like, I would say a yoga practice in general is like, you know, too much is too much, right? You're not like forcing your body, but too little is too little. You do want to feel something. So it's that sweet spot between patience and determination. If you're too patient, not much happens. If you're too determined, you can get hurt. So you're trying to find that little sweet spot in each and every posture, as well as just like the spots in between the postures, right? How you're breathing, how you're treating your body, how you're treating your mind. Locust, Shalabhasana, bring your chin forward, arms straight position. You want to rotate your arms down, palms face the floor, thumbs outside, pinky fingers inside, and start to walk your hands underneath you. Now, one day arms will be invisible underneath your torso. Doesn't need to be today or tomorrow. At first, you can have your arms straight and palms out. Eventually, arms underneath you. One day, pinky fingers touch. Chin forward and eyes open. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up to a 45-degree angle, half of 90. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. Lengthen to lift. So stretch the big toe back and then lift your thigh up. Change, right leg down. Relax your right leg. Lock your left leg, point your left toes, and lift your left leg up. Imagine you're drawing a line up the back wall. Use your big toe. Spread your fingers wide. Root down through all 28 knuckles, not just your wrists. Try to press the shoulders down so the upper spine actually rounds a bit. Change, left leg down. Third part, tuck your chin and mouth down. So you want a nice neutral neck here. Mouth on your mat. Bring your arms a little closer underneath you. One day pinky fingers touch, but hands never overlap. Bring your feet together like a cobra's tail. It's a theme. Toes, heels touch. Lock your legs. Point your toes. Micro bend your elbows. And lift both legs up. Come up. Everybody come up. Struggle a little harder. Don't give up. Mouth down. Shoulders down. Triceps tight. Squeeze your butt. Lock your legs. Knees together. Lift your thighs up. Change. Slowly lower down. Bring your arms out. Look to the right and take a breath. As you release the arms from under the body, you release the tourniquet effect. fresh blood rushing through the knuckles, wrists, elbows, and shoulders. This posture and the release from the posture, the Savasana after, is really good for frozen shoulder, tennis elbow, carpal tunnel, arthritic joints in the fingers. And we get to do it again. Second set, bring your chin forward, arm straight position, rotate your arms underneath you, right, left. Again, just stretching out the tendons and ligaments in the arms, creating that tourniquet effect. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, lift your right leg up for 10, 9, eyes open, 8, chin forward, 7, lock your leg, 6, point your toe, 5, shoulders down, 4, fingers wide, 3, lift it up, 2, 1, change, right leg down, relax right leg, lock left leg, point your left toes and lift left leg up. One leg is really just practice for 2 legs. See how high you can lift your left thigh anatomically? That's how high you can lift both at once. Stretch big toe back, change. Left leg down, grand finale, tuck your chin and mouth down, kiss your mat, bring your arms a little closer underneath you, spread your fingers wide. I like to micro bend elbows, shoulders down, triceps tight, squeeze your butt, make up your mind, lock your legs, point your toes, and lift both legs up. As an experiment, you can try separating your legs, lifting up more, and then bringing the feet back together, knees together, soles of the feet flat to the ceiling. Lock your legs, point your toes, roll forward, lift thighs up, change, lower down, arms out. Look to the left and let that one go. Send deep belly breaths in and out through your nose to massage the front of your body. Breathe deep into any point of tension. Let the floor hold you up. Purna Shalabhasana, full locust. Bring your chin forward, arms out to the side like airplane wings, feet together, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, point your toes, look up, and lift, arms, body, head, legs, everything lifts off the floor. Beautiful. 747 taking off. Nice, Corey. Just your hip bones on the floor. The rest of your body's in the air. Look up to the ceiling where eyes go, body knows to follow. Are your knees bending? Lock your legs. Lift your thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up. Come up a little higher at the end. Good. Change slowly with control. Lower down. Tuck in your wings. Look to the right. Left ear on your mat. Slow inhale. Slow exhale. Breathing in and breathing out. Second set, chin forward, arms out to the side, eventually arms perpendicular to the body, but if you have frozen shoulder and the arms can't come forward yet, that's okay. Eventually arms out to the side. Feet together, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, point your toes, and lift. Everything lifting up. This posture is so good for strengthening the back muscles, and it's a really great opener through the chest and shoulders. Try to keep hands at a 45-degree angle so they're not all the way forward or all the way down, just that little sweet spot where thumbs point up a little bit. Lift your arms a little higher, second set, legs a little higher, lock your legs, thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change, slowly lower down, tuck in your wings, look to the left, and let that one go. Let it go, let it go. Take a breath. Floor bow, Dhanurasana, chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes, thumbs with the index fingers. If you can't grab both feet, see if you can roll off to the side, grab one foot, and you're gonna kick first set, opposite side on the second set. And if you still can't grab your foot, use that towel or whatever prop it is, and that just makes your arm longer, right? Eventually, you grab one or both feet. Point your toes, squeeze your buns, look up towards the ceiling, and start to kick into your hands. Good. Continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. It's the kick that drives the posture. Notice if you're on your thighs. Roll forward, freeze between your ribs and hips, and then hold still. Beautiful. Do little sips of air in and out through your nose. Bring your knees in, feet out, wrists straight. Point your toes, look up to the ceiling. Kick, kick, kick. Good, change. Slowly lower down. Look to your right, left ear on the floor, breathing in and breathing out. As you inhale, feel the backs of your ribs expand. As you exhale, let your shoulders and chest fall. Second set, chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes, point your toes, squeeze your butt, look up, and kick into your hands. Press big toes up to the ceiling. So for some of us, notice if the knees are super wide and the feet are touching. That's the cue to bring the knees in and the feet out. So you want your feet and knees about 6 inches apart. I know it's so hard, I'm right there with you. Notice if your wrists are bending a lot, wrists straight using upper fingertip strength. Body down, thighs up, look up, kick, 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 kick. Good, change, lower down, look to your left, and let that one go. Just be with your breath. Okay, bring your chin forward, hands on the floor, push up, come to the top of your mat and towel for fixed firm, Supta Vajrasana. For the next 4 postures, I will show you the first set from the side. So you start in tabletop, open your feet and your knees, and as you're ready, you're gonna walk your hands back. Now, if you have tight toes, ankles, knees, or hips, this might be as far as you come today, right? And that's fine. You can keep your hands in front of you, beside you, or even behind you the whole time, never forcing the body. Slowly over time, the hips will sink down between the heels. Make sure toes point back. If your toes are pointing out or in, that's ankle tightness. We want to work through it, not around it. From here, put your hands on your feet, bend your right elbow down, stopping anywhere you feel a point of pain. Left elbow down, knees never come off the floor. Drop your head back, head to floor. Tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head. Grab your elbows each other and hold. Wherever you are is just perfect. You want a gentle stretch through your toes, ankles, knees, and hips, but never a point of pain. Good. Change. Put your hands on your feet. Push yourself up. Head up last. Turn around. Ooh, Savasana. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Let your legs and arms stretch out, heels together, toes fall open, arms down, palms face the ceiling, Savasana. So in that posture, we create a little bit of a tourniquet effect on the lower body. When we release out into Savasana, we get this nice rush of blood through the toes, ankles, knees, and hips. Sometimes the release from the posture, the subsequent Savasana, is as therapeutic as the posture itself. We'll do another sit-up. Remember that you are always welcome to skip sit-ups by rolling off to the side. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, flex your feet, squeeze your seat, sit up. Elbows to floor, forehead to knees. Good, okay. Turn, come to the top of your mat and towel, second set. Open your knees, open your feet, and this might be as far as you get today. You can pretend that you're on the cover of Sports Illustrated swimsuit magazine. When you're ready, walk your hands back. I cannot claim that joke. Yasmin first told that joke. I think it's very funny. As you're ready, sit down between your heels, put your palms on your soles. If first set was tough, try opening your knees more. If first set was easy, knees together, right elbow, left elbow, head back, head to floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab opposite elbow on top, look down the center line of your body. So your neck spine is flat on the floor, but your middle and lower spine are bending. Lift the chest up. Tuck chin to chest, breathe. Change, put hands on feet, push yourself up. Head up last, very nice. Woo, turn around, Savasana. Let your arms and legs stretch down. So when you lie on, lying on a hard surface like the floor, you wouldn't necessarily want to sleep on your yoga mat, right? Although many of us have. But when you lie on this hard surface in Savasana, it's a great way to stretch out the tendons, the ligaments, the spine, the muscles, everything kind of stretching and softening to the floor. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Turn, come to the back of your mat, half tortoise, Ardha Karmasana. Sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels. Arms overhead, palms together, cross your thumbs. And if it hurts to sit on your feet, you can always start by standing on your shins. Stretch up and then hinge at your hips, go down with a flat back. You're welcome to put one or both hands on the floor to walk yourself in. Otherwise, go down biceps with ears. Forehead to floor, little fingers to floor. Tilt your pinky fingers down. Try to keep palms together in prayer. So elbows and wrists off the floor. Just the knife edges of the pinky fingers touch the floor. The rest of the arms are in the air. As you inhale, slide your fingers forward. As you exhale, sink your hips down. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Change. You can put your hands on the floor to push yourself up or come up, arms with your ears. Nice, arms down. turn around, Savasana. I have to tell you, I saw something the other day in like the fitness section of a store, and it was like meat pad, like a yoga mat, but just for your knees, for yoga postures on your knees. And it was like $10. And I was like, what a grift, right? So if you have tight knees, just roll up your mat and then you will have extra padding under your knees without having to buy a separate yoga mat for $10 at the store, right? If you have tight knees for these postures, just roll up your mat or even place a little bit of a towel under your knees or your ankles, and then you'll have that extra padding on tender joints. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Come to the back of your mat and towel. So you can always roll up your mat a little bit, right? Knees, feet together, hips on heels, arms overhead, palms together, stretch up and go down. Go down slow with control. See if you can touch forehead to floor first and then little fingers to floor. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, re-energize, reorganize, revitalize, stretch. Good, change, come up, arms with ears, nice, arms down, turn around, Savasana. So this yoga is a little bit like listening to your favorite song or rereading your favorite book. This next posture for me, it's my favorite. It's like, you know, in Pride and Prejudice, when you find out that Mr. Darcy isn't like a bad guy, that's what this next posture is for me, except in yoga, you save yourself. You are your own Mr. Darcy and Elizabeth. How cool is that? Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Come to the top of your mat and towel. So this is our crescendo, our peak, camel, ustrasana, our deepest back bend. Stand on your knees, 6 inches between knees and feet. Place your hands on your waistband spine. Simply standing like this is an opening through the hips, the abdomen, the chest, and the shoulders. Option to stay here or start to look up. Lift your nose, lift your chin, and if it feels okay, drop your head back all the way. You can stay here or keep your hands on your back and go back halfway, freeze in the middle and check in. If you feel all right, right hand down, grab your right heel, left hand down, grab your left heel, thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. Push your hips forward, lift your chest up, drop your head back, look for your toes behind you. If you can't grab your heels yet, keep your hands on your lower back. It's safer for your spine than just letting your hands dangle. Change, put your hands on your back, help yourself up with your hands, head up last, very good, turn around, Savasana. So if that posture makes you feel some kind of way, dizzy, nauseous, lightheaded, heavy-headed, angry, pissed off, giddy, euphoric, whatever you feel is normal, and whatever you feel Savasana makes it better. We're stretching this big bundle of nerves in the front of our body, the solar plex nerve system. When we are stressed, what do? We hunch forward, right? We try to protect the goods, the front of our body. So when we do these back bends, we're releasing some of that tension, like on a biological level, right? It can feel kind of intense, but it helps us walk a little bit lighter, a little bit taller when we leave the room, giving you a pep in your step. So always do second set. Legs together, arms over your head, flex your feet, squeeze your seat, sit up. Enjoy the stretch. Wonderful. Come to the top of your mat, and remember, you can always roll up your mat a little bit, extra padding under your knees. Open your knees 8 to 10 inches between your knees. Still keep 6 inches between your feet. Put your hands on your lower back. Maybe try bringing your elbows closer together behind you. Second set, opening through the chest, squeezing shoulders. Push your hips forward. Keep your eyes open. Look up. Slowly head back. Remember, you can stay here. Go back halfway. Eventually, or in the future, right hand down, left hand down, thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. Push your hips forward, lift your chest up, relax your head back, look for your toes behind you. Change, put your hands on your back, push yourself up, very nice. Head up last, turn around, Shavasana up. Let the floor hold you up. Slow inhale. Slow exhale. Let's keep going. Legs together, arms over your head. Tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Come to the middle of your mat and towel for Rabbit Sasangasana. So camel was our deepest back bend. Rabbit pose, we flip it and reverse it, we curl forward. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels, make L's with your hands, like little bunny ears, and grab your heels from the outside. So thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. If you, like me, have a long torso, short arms, a big butt, all three, maybe at first you just grab your tush, stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down. Round your spine. Go slow. Touch your forehead to knees, automatically top of head to floor. Now reach back and grab your heels if you haven't already. Pull on your heels. Don't lose the grip and lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. If your grip is sliding or your feet are coming off the floor, ease up a little bit. Press your feet down, full palm grip on your heels. Only about 30% of your body weight in your head, the rest in that grip on the heels. Pull on your heels, lift your hips up, lift your shoulders up, engage your abdominal wall, round your spine. Change, hips down, slowly uncurl, head up last, turn around, Savasana. So in that posture, 70% body weight in the grip, 30% in the head and neck. This is not a joke, this is a true story. I once went to a yoga talk with this person who had a PowerPoint that included a pie chart for this posture that showed 70% in the grip, 30% in your head. And I was like, oh my gosh, I got into yoga to get away from PowerPoints. What are we doing? Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the middle of your mat and towel. For second set Rabbit, let's hop to it. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels, make L's with your hands, grab your heels, thumbs outside, fingers inside, stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Notice what parts of your practice you're rushing or forcing. Try to savor every moment. Forehead to knees, top of head to floor, pull on your heels. Don't lose the grip, lift your hips up. If there's a gap between knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. Squeeze your heels together, press your hips forward, suck your stomach in, round your spine. Good, change, hips down, slowly uncurl. Head up last, very nice, turn around, Savasana. Head to the front, feet to the back, breathing in. And emptying out. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Wonderful, come to the middle of your mat and towel for Janu Shavasana, head to knee pose. Right leg out to the top right corner of your mat, bend your left leg all the way in. Inhale your arms over your head, stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest and bring your forehead and knee together. You can bend your right leg as much as you need, touch knee and head together. Interlock your 10 fingers up to the webbing underneath the ball of your foot and flex your toes back to your face. Change, arms up, left leg out, right leg in. Stretch up, turn to your left, tuck your chin to your chest, and again, bend your front leg, left leg as much as you need to touch knee and head together. Front side compression, throat choked, eyes open, breathing normal. Flex your toes back and bend your elbows down. Right elbow down, right shoulder down, roll into the right. Good, change, arms up, both legs out in front of you. Stay here. If you're skipping sit up, stay here. Otherwise, lay down, let your spine realign and sit up. Paschimottanasana stretching, showing you from the side. Bend your knees. Hook onto your big toes with your middle and index fingers, thumbs on top. Lift your chest and start to walk your butt back, right, left, right, left. So for this posture, rather than rounding your spine, you want to arch your spine. Rather than compressing the abdominal wall, you want to stretch your abdominal wall. Knees can stay bent to help your core stay nice and flat on both sides. Eventually legs straight, stick your butt out. Eventually legs lock. Puff up your chest and start to fold forward, stomach to thighs pull, chest to knee stretch, one day toes and head touch. Good, change, come on up, turn around, Savasana. Okay, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, let's do it again. Right leg out, left leg in, two legs make an L, a 90-degree angle, no wider. Inhale, arms overhead, stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest, go down. Now, eventually you're gonna start to press your heel forward.
So eventually right leg is straight or even locked. Bend elbows down, one day elbows to floor, left elbow down, left shoulder down, rolling to the left. Good, change.
Arms up, left leg out, right leg in, heel to costume. Make sure hips are square, legs make an L, no wider. Turn to your left,
Tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Try to bring your right rib cage closer to your left thigh. Pull abdomen in, bring shoulders down, elbows down, right hip down, right elbow down, rolling to the right. Good, change.
arms up. Both legs out in front of you. You can stay here or lay down and sit up. Paschimottanasana stretching, second set, bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with middle and index fingers, thumbs on top, scoot your butt back, right, left, stick it out. If your legs are straight, lock your legs, flex your pinky toes back. So notice if toes are turning in, spiral inner thighs down, flex little toes back, stretch up, and then fold forward, stomach to thighs, pull, chest to knees stretch, one day toes and head touch. Good, change, come on up, turn around, Shavasana. Last posture of the day, we just do one setup. It's meant to be a little bit like a chiropractic adjustment, a spine twist at the end of class. So, if you hear your back pop a little bit, lucky you. Legs together, arms over your head. Some people pay a lot of money for that. Tuck your chin to your chest, go and sit up. If you ever hear your back crack, right, it's just a shifting in synovial fluid, the gas between the vertebrae, between the joints. Okay, Ardha Matsyendrasana, final spinal, Lord of the Fish pose. Bend your left leg on the floor, touch your right heel to your left knee corner, right hand behind you, left arm up, circle it over, try to grab left knee with left hand, hand, heel, and knee touch. Look down. If you are sitting on your left foot, slide it out, roll to the right, evenly distribute your body weight on both sit bones. Inhale, stretch up, stomach in. Exhale, look over your right shoulder and twist. You can keep your right hand behind you for balance. If you can balance though, take it off the floor, grab your hip, your waistband, one day wrap around, grab left thigh with right hand for the half bind. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, pull your abdomen in, look over your right shoulder, twist, twist, twist. Good, change, unwind, swap out your legs. I'm gonna show you from the side, bend right leg on the floor. You are also welcome to have your right leg straight. Left hand close behind you, thumb pointing in, fingers back. Right arm up, circle the arm around, try to grab right knee with right hand, hand, heel, and knee touch. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over left shoulder, twist. And you can keep your hand behind you or try the half bind. Reach the left hand behind you, grab right thigh with left hand. Point your right toes, keep your left foot on the floor, right knee down. Spine straight, chest up, rib cage open, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, pull your stomach in, look over your left shoulder, twist, twist, twist. Good, change, unwind. Turn around, Savasana. Perfect. Okay. So we start 26 into yoga with a breathing exercise. We end full circle with another breathing exercise, always beginning and ending, focusing on lung health. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Come to the middle of your mat in towel, Kapalabhati breathing. Sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels, hands on your thighs. If it hurts to sit on your feet, don't do it silly. Sit on your butt, crisscross applesauce every once in a while. Try to sit like this. Remember that you can always roll up your mat under your knees or ankles. So arms straight, shoulders down, fingers together. In this version of Kapalabhati, you're gonna exhale through your mouth. As you exhale through your mouth, snap your abdomen in. When the stomach relaxes, the lungs will automatically take in air. It's pretty cool. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times, sit up tall. Concentrate, meditate, don't forget to have fun. Let's breathe together. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Good for you. Lick your lips, sit up tall, shoulders down, fingers together, focus straight ahead. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good for you. Honor yourself. Give yourself a hug, high five, pat on the back. What a delight. Turn around. Final Savasana. 11:30 on the dot. High five. Go team. Close your eyes. Open your arms and legs. If you have to leave, I totally understand. But if you have time, make time. Final Savasana. Take a moment, do a check-in. Notice what parts of your body you're still holding on to some tension. And just let it go through the exhale breath. Do a quick check-in with your heart, with your mind. Noticing if you're still carrying stuff that's not yours to carry, right? Let it go through the exhale breath, letting go of that which no longer serves you. All that, we can't control, even if we want to, right? Just letting go. Not breaking down, just breaking open, just loosening the grip a little bit more. Metaphorically, sure, but maybe physically as well. Notice if your hands are kind of bunched up. Let your hands and feet be heavy. Let your body soften to the floor. Take a slow inhale through your nose. Even slower exhale through your nose. You are so very alive. Stay in final Savasana for as long as you'd like. Whenever you're ready, take your time getting up. Thanks for joining.